Alrighty, hey there everyone. We're currently back with some more Minecraft finally. Today I am planning on finishing the iron farm and getting some other stuff done, so we're gonna go ahead and pop on in. Last time, after like 2 hours, we got all the villagers moved into place, so the iron farm's built. It's just a matter of getting the copper golems in and the redstone, so that's what we're gonna be working on here today. It's currently day 369 as well, so we've done quite good so far. We're not even 400 days in and we've got quite a lot done. So yeah, it's pretty nice. See, we got the iron farm fully in place here, and we are set up in a good position here for the rest of everything. We got some extra iron blocks from the work we done yesterday, and we actually need to hop farther down into our storage because we need to grab more chests. We need to grab, well, mainly wood to make more chests, so I just woke up, so if I sound a little tired, you might be able to guess why. Oh, I was actually on the right side. Whoops. But yeah, we just need a couple of stacks of logs. There we go. That should make us enough chests to get started, at least. There we go. And then we got some iron. We're gonna also, I've decided, switch these out with a double chest. And we're gonna replace that block at some point. There we go. And now all we gotta do is grab our iron, grab our handy dandy crafting table, and go ahead and make a bunch of hoppers. That is just about all the iron that we've accumulated so far, so that's fine. That puts us at 49 hoppers we can work with here. Also need to make sure I got some extra glass on me too, because we're going to want to make sure that the hopper lines are covered up fully. And we're going to build another hopper line out here. And we're just going to do a little something like that. Looks like these guys can still spawn golems, which is good. Alright. And we need to get a hold of our copper chest and things like that. But first things first, I actually need to build a basic item filter. So we're going to need some simple redstone here. And yeah, we need to go get some redstone blocks. So we'll go ahead and we're going to make a couple more comparators because I'm going to need, let's see here, 4 for the item filters and then 4 for the auto crafters too. So we need 8 comparators in total, which is doable. We definitely have the stuff for it. We just gotta sit down and make it all. Let's see here. Nether quartz. Yes, that was another one that we're gonna need as well. Luckily, we should have been hoarding a decent little chunk of nether quartz from our trips through the nether. There it is. There we go. And regular old stone. That's another thing too that we don't have. Keep going to the wrong side. We still need to finish out our base. I think we'll try and do that today as well. Here we go, regular old stone. Alright, so get some of those going. And some of those. And some of those. and some of that. That'll get us up to 8 comparators. We got enough for redstone dust. And then we need redstone torches too. Because we need a way to trigger the release. And let's think here. You gotta be able to make basic item filters with this. And then we otherwise have the materials for a copper chest hanging out up there, so that should be okay. Alright. Go ahead and get some pumpkins going. And yeah, we just need kind of a lot of stuff here, so... let's think about where we're gonna want this to physically settle down at. There we go. Okay. I think it would all consolidate here. And then this is where we would actually put down our guy. There we go. So he would go here. That's good. There we go. We'll let him start working. Yep, didn't mean to do that. Alright. Now we're just going to do one at a time for right now. Let's also go ahead and wax them off so that way we can get these out of here. And it looks like he's doing a pretty good job of it, so... hey, he's fully sorted everything out. Nice, cool, so let him keep doing his thing. And then... let's see here. We're gonna do something like that, and then we're also just gonna pull out one of our extra shulkers here and pop some of this shit away. All right. And this is the part where I try to remember how to do anything. I seem to be struggling with a little bit right now. Let me look this up. It should just be like a one wide tileable not auto crafter item filter. Okay. Why did I put my glass away, was I thinking? Anyways. And then we'll also need repeaters for this though, so we're gonna have to pop on back down and go get some repeaters to handle this. Which we do have a chunk of, luckily. Got a chunk of repeaters. There we go, and we'll worry about adding in the auto crafter functionality later. We just want to get the filter in for right now. And then everything else should be relatively easy. Oh, this is the wrong side. Whoops. Alright. So literally all it is we have item pointing into a comparator. Item pointing into a comparator. And then we're also going to need some solid blocks here. Which I guess we'll go ahead and just use. I want something a little bit nicer. Damn it. I don't want to keep going back up and down, but... Wait, that's stone. I was gonna say if that's tough, I'll use it, but no, that's tough. There we go. Alright. Let's see here. We need... that. 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 Fuck. That was another thing I was a little worried about there too. I'm lucky that didn't snowball out of control. I also need to really keep an eye on health here, but that's fine. Put the shears away too. Okay. For now, let's just get those knocked down a little bit because this is where we're going to make space for our crafters. So it'll get down to 22. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. Alright. Well, we have officially got our sorting system to work. That's good. So now we just need to do a little bit of cleanup here. All right, there we go. So that should get us another item filter done. Oh shoot, now it doesn't know. Great, now it doesn't know where to... Oh fuck, I should have thought about that. So now it doesn't know that only one of them's for poppies and one of them's for iron. Oh, we also haven't installed a lightning rod, so we need to sleep because something's gonna get struck by lightning and fuck everything up. So let's not do that. Okay, so minor blunder. Can we move our item filter up a block and see if we can get this hopper to be locked instead? Because that's really what we would want. And see, now that that's in there, that's gonna cause issues, so great. Yeah, I got no idea here. Shoot. Alright, let's think about this a little bit more. So, if we could get this hopper to lock, then it would pretty much be fine. I guess just for curiosity's sake. And then it would never unlock because there's no way for more items to flow into it because it's locked. Great. We're gonna pop over into a creative world to test this out because I feel like creative is gonna be a lot better for us here instead of survival. Oh, right. Oh, this is the actual base. At least an older recreation of it when we were still considering doing that, but that's fine. Alright, so all we really need to do is we just need to make a simple item sorter that will remember the contents of the chest that it's trying to pull from, just so that way it doesn't fuck everything up. So basically, I would have an input chest, and then a hopper down below, and this hopper will point straight down. And then we're gonna try a couple of different configs here, especially using glass. There we go. All right, so what if I were to read a comparator output from the chest directly? Let's see how that would work. So boom, boom, boom. Item filter is almost done. I think I built it out. Built it a bit too close, it looks like. Yeah, because there needs to be a spacing block. Oh, comparator, redstone, computer. That'll still work, won't it? Yeah, that looks like that'll still work. So we literally just need a solid block against the hopper that's below it, and we just need to read directly from the chest instead of the hopper. Okay, that was easy. That was a super quick and easy thing to get fixed up once we were able to just take a second to sit down and think about it, which is always fun. We are seriously crunching on space here, though, I will say. Alright, let's go ahead and give this another try here. Alright. So, we need a block in between everything, and let's go ahead and back up a step here. Let's go ahead and just get all of this cut out. Just so that way we've got a nice even playing field to work with here. And all we're really gonna do is we're gonna patch all of this back in right quick. He's too close. Great. There we go. All right. There we go. Alright, and then we also need to go grab some scaffolding as well, because we're going to want to get up under this a little bit. I put all my scaffolding away already, which is not smart. That's alright, these things happen. Alright. So with something like this, now... There we go. Then block there, that, and that. And then that should cover it on paper. Now if we go ahead and we pop on up here, you can seal that off. And we'll need like a decent starting chunk of iron to knock that out, but... Oh, quit doing that. It's very sketchy, man. Yep, that looks like that'll work, so that's good. Okay. Alright, cool. So with that, that should be good now. Alright, and then you basically just need a composter. So let's go ahead and go get one real quick. There we go, that's starting to stock their surplus iron out of there, which is good. And the deal here, though, is that we have to consistently have more stuff in here for the item filter to work, since we're reading from a chest and not a hopper. But, like, honestly, I don't particularly care. That should still be okay. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and just take a second to cook up some composters, which shouldn't take too long here. There we go, 3 composters, good. We should really make sure we try and stay organized here, because this stuff is pretty freaking annoying after a little while. But all we literally need from here is composter, a hopper, and then this is where it would flow into a crafter face down, and we would start with the redstone. And then it is the same idea here, where it would just flow down directly into a so it's composter, hopper, so composter, hopper, and then crafter. I'm just trying to kind of mirror it all on the same side here. We'll do that. Alright, I still need to patch that up. Oh, it's already been half an hour. It's only 10:20 today, too. Nice. Alright. Well... crafter. I think a dispenser was one of the items we needed, so... Let's see here. Alright, it's just a dropper, 2 redstone dust, 5 iron, and a crafting table. And I don't think I've ever made a dropper yet in this world, so that is probably why I don't have any yet. So let's just go ahead and get some iron. And we got redstone. We've now got our crafting tables. And we really just need droppers for now. Yep. Let's go ahead and cook up some droppers. And go ahead and make 4 crafters here. There we go, so we got 4 crafters. Alright, targeted block as well is at 228. So let's see if that holds true on both sides. Yep, it is. It's even. Good. Alright, output would go into there. And since we're dealing with bone meal and poppies, or really just bone meal, rather, all we need to do is read from here that, hey, my crafter's full. And once it's full, go ahead and craft something. That's all we needed to do. So let me go ahead and see if we can do a bone block auto crafter. I just want like a really like simple and compact one that like just uses comparator, so oh, let's pop back into a creative world real quick. Oh, you can see debug in the in the main screen. That's kind of cursed. I wasn't expecting that. All right, so let's talk out our steps here. What do we want to do? Well, we basically want to, and we're gonna go ahead and clear out our inventory and do this in a bit of a different spot. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a little bit of space here and grab ourselves a hopper, comparator, a crafter, dust, I would say a torch as well, and we've already got a comparator. All right, so from our crafter here, right, basically you want it to be like, hey, you know, if you have 9 items in here, then you can go ahead and spit something out. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you could use like the subtract mode to do it. Right, we need to have the hopper locked at the bottom. Great. Try that again. There we go. So now that it's like that, okay, so you can see how when we have 8 items, it can't make a signal, but when we have 9, then it will be able to make a signal, which is exactly what we want. And I guess we would just literally run this into a repeater. Or more specifically, we would run this into dust. And let's get some glass. Perfect. Not perfect, because we needed to fire a pulse off of that. Yeah, we're building something a little too clunky here. Okay. We got a video here by Brandon Hennis that I'm looking at that I'm gonna see if this is gonna work. This is a one wide tileable auto crafter, which should be exactly what we're looking for. So let's just keep it simple for now and get all that moved away. This is also annoying because this is assuming that the line comes in from the side, which means we would have to bump it out a little bit, but we could do that. It's just gonna be a little annoying is all, but we can do that. Let's see here. Let's get ourselves an observer and apparently a copper bulb, which is kind of interesting. Go ahead and get that. And then we would have another for that. Which goes into a solid block. Okay, we needed glass here instead of a building block. Okay, and then yep, an observer facing that redstone, bulb, crafter, and comparator. Alright, and supposedly that's it. Alright, so that does work. Hey, cool. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and post this in chat for anyone who's interested. Again, this is by Brandon Hennis on YouTube. So there's a nice, simple, one wide, tileable, specifically, auto crafter. So we need to grab a couple of components here, mainly copper bulbs and observers. So we won't be able to do anything with this quite yet. Now, remember, the only downside to this is that we're going to have to offset our hopper just a little bit here, or our crafter, rather. But remember, this assumes that it is coming out of the side. Right. Basically, we would just do something like that. There we go. There we go. All right. Alright, and then all it should be is hopper, hopper. So we just need to turn this one to face into the side. Like so. There we go. Alright, and we need to do some more resource gathering here. Now we're just going to tuck that away in there. And we're also going to need to get more comparative at some point, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Take this cobblestone with us, and we need two comparators, two observers, two observers, and two copper bulbs. There we go, that'll make most of them. And then copper bulb, which we can make, but like, I would rather just go pinch it from the trial chamber, so that's what we're gonna do. And if we really need to, we can go ahead and make it, but it'll be fine. It should literally take like 3 seconds to portal over and go grab some, because there's our trial chamber portal right here. Boom, we're here. Alright, that puts us at 6 copper bulbs. That'll be fine for what we need. Come on, we'll grab the leash. There. Alright, that'll get us what we need. We'll go ahead and pop on back. Yeah, seriously, we are runching on space here pretty bad, so it's gonna be worth it though once this is all done, because then we'll be able to massively expand how much stuff we can store up here, which is a big deal. So wow, we got a little bit of a lag spike up here, good lord almighty. Alright, so we'll need to make more crafters too, but that's fine. Alright, we got our solid blocks and glass. So let's just start with that first. So, I'm going to block there. We got a block there. And let's see here, we want 3 glass blocks. That's 2. Alright. Start doing that. There we go. I'll have to wax that as well. River goes there. Bulb there. A crafter on top of the bulb. Pointing into a solid block. Pointing into a comparator that is then pointing into a solid block. And then that should do it once we go ahead and disable the first 7 slots. We'll replace our copper bulb. There we go. Oh, right. We don't have enough iron in here yet. What the hell? Why are we not getting any pass through? Come on. You guys just decided you don't want to fucking spawn anything anymore? What the hell's going on? I don't think these guys want to spawn anything anymore. Cool. Oh, it doesn't matter because... Yeah, there we go. He's still putting iron in there. Good. What the fuck? Where's it going then? So it's gotta be going through. It's just a whole two of it is being held in like an area. It does eventually get out somewhere. It's because it just goes straight fucking through. I'm dumb. Alright, well, where did I put my food? How do I not have any food on me? What? Oh, duh. I might be a little delusional from working on this, like, for so long. Alright, let's try this another time. Okay. We should get another batch of stuff here very soon. Alright, saw it. Hey, there we go. Alright, that's what we want. Perfect, so that does work. Now we have a fully functional auto crafter for at least one part of this. And for right now, we're gonna just toss all that iron away. And we're gonna build it again on this side. I was gonna carve that out real quick, so we can keep things a little bit cleaner here. We got our extra crafter for our comparator read. And we just need to do it again. Alright. Now let's see here. I need to quit falling off of shit. It gets pretty old. Alright. Solid block there. Solid block there. And an observer pointed into the redstone. Copper bulb, I think. And then crafter on top of the copper bulb. And then a comparator pointing into a solid block on that. And then another comparator here. Also need more poppies. Alright, on paper this should be the same as that. Oh, except for this. Now it should be the same. Okay. That is our second one done, which is good. We need more comparators though. Alright, we need more comparators. And crafters as well. And we also need to run a test by feeding that thing enough bone meal too. Alright. Let's go pop on down and go make 4 more crafters. Go again for crafting tables. Redstone, cobblestone because we need droppers, and then iron. Well, I guess we'll grab the iron here first. There we go. Cool. We also need to get rid of these repeaters. And get a little bit more dust here. And we additionally need work on getting some more comparators too. So we're gonna need some quartz and regular stone. Let's go ahead and get some of that going then. There's our quartz, then regular old stone. Could be nearby. Really ought to start labeling these. Alright. Is that gonna be enough comparators? No, because we need fucking 6 of them. We're gonna have to do this all again too for the other half as well, so yay! We're not done yet, so There we go. Okay. Alright, now we just have to go do the same thing on the other side. Which is tough because we don't actually have the hoppers for this right now. Either way, we still need to build like the little containment chamber for him, so... we need to build item filters first, don't we? Yep, we do, so we're not actually even able to start on this part yet. Alright, let's put all of the other stuff away. Let's just focus on getting the golem in place and the item filters all built out. That's what our priority should be. Alright, so that's those 8. Alright, and then let's see how we went ahead and did this. So, we have our hoppers flow down to a central one, which points down onto a single chest here, or a single copper chest, which we also have to wax. And speaking of wax, we need to wax those, but it points down onto a single copper chest, and then there's 2 regular chests to either side of the golem. And then those chests start taking items out from there. And that's what we're looking for, so... Okay. Honeycomb is in here. Go ahead and wax those up. Holy shit, this thing oxidized crazy fast. Wow, that's really not supposed to happen like that, damn. Alright, there we go. Also time to get a hold of another bundle. Damn it. Alright, anyways. 33 iron blocks, cool. No bone blocks yet. Only 1 still, so... although it is level 6. So just a little bit more and it'll compost. But we're not going to worry about that right now. Again, instead what we're going to do is we're going to get our item filter in place and our copper golem. Couple of things. We may need to go get more glass as well. You not. Yeah, it's fine. Poppies can go there. And then just to make sure. Nope, it needs to be flipped around. I want the poppies on the other side. There we go. I don't have any hoppers right now, because we're going to need to craft some more after we do our thing here. Let's just take a picture of the item filter, and then we're going to just copy off of that. But alright, I guess I need to put this in windowed here real quick. Give me a moment. There we go. Alright, we got that pulled up to our side now. Now we can go ahead and, hey, we do have some extra glass. Alright, now we can go ahead and run this out. So we need comparators, redstone dust, solid blocks, and repeaters. Naturally, guess what I've gone ahead and put away because I didn't need that anymore. And yeah, it was mostly true, except for the part where I forgot that I needed to rebuild the item filters on both sides. So that's on me, I guess. That's alright, these things happen. And again, it's not like we're in a rush today. You know, I know it's been an hour and 15 minutes of me just doing this, so I know this hasn't been exactly the most exciting stuff, but it's stuff that has to get done, you know? I want to get done, because it will be worth it when it does get done. That goes there, that goes there. Fuck, we don't have comparators on us, that's not cool. We're gonna block those off real quick. I have to have had, yeah, that's what I thought. Which means we'll also need to make 2 more comparators because we didn't finish doing the item filter. So, tough. Alright. Alright, to actually get the item filter done on both sides, that gets the item filter done. Now we just need to do the... We need to make more hoppers first of all, and then we just need to do everything else, so... We need a lot of chest. This is iron. Annoyingly, I don't. Okay, I do have a way into there. It's just really freaking tough, but yeah. Alright. I'm gonna do that. And then it is the same deal on this side. Now I need to go ahead and run down into our base and go get more wood. That way we can get the rest of the chest that we need. Just go ahead and poke in what we can from here. Alright, 46 should be plenty here. Wait, this feels wrong. We fucked something up somewhere. It should be a lot more flush, shouldn't it? Yep. So this should be flush with the floor and the scaffolding. So we're gonna need to lower this by a block. Quit jumping off and breaking my fucking feet, but whatever. And that would lead into the auto crafter here. The auto crafter go here, facing down, and then boom, we're good. Yep, there we go. I used up all my reserve wood too, unfortunately. Dang. That's annoying. I'll have to pop back down and go get some more, because we need to craft more comparators. And let's maybe not worry about that yet. Get everything else in place first. So same deal, let's go ahead and get this built. Okay, let's start with that. All right. It's gotta be something every time, man. Give me those, give me that. All right, let's do this again. So, solid block, because we need to read a comparator output from it. It has been a quarter of a second, and you fucking spawn here? Come on, you stupid bitch. Well, that is going to hurt our efficiency for a little bit here, so that's not nice. Alright, solid block, redstone dust, glass again. We're gonna need to get a lava bucket to kill that guy. Observer. And bring up here with me. They're gonna create a farm there basically because of this, so they won't be able to spawn any more golems since now both farms have seen a golem. Oh, and I didn't bring the bulbs either. What am I thinking? Come on, man. Am I even thinking today? Here are the bulbs. I don't have anything else here I really need to bring. Oh, seriously. Alright. Okay, so observer running with the redstone points into a bulb which has a crafter on top of it that points into that, which points into that and that. And it's actually too full, so we're gonna go ahead and take out as much as we can. Alright, we got that working finally, so that's good. We're gonna come back for this idiot later, but we don't need him for right now. So that's outputting. And now we need to go ahead and do the same thing here. And we don't have enough comparators, so we need to go make more again. But we are almost done. But we don't have any wood. That's right, that's why I couldn't make anything else. Because I don't have enough wood for sticks. Alright. There we go. We got that. Also running out of polished stuff here to use, so let's go ahead and go get some more. Wherever the hell that's gonna be. There we go. Here we go. I can't wait to get this inventory fully decluttered. It's going to be very nice finally when that's all done. Because it has been far too freaking long. Alright. Let's do that. Auto block there. Auto block there. There we go. We got all that done. Surprised that one got pushed through. And now we just go ahead and set that up, and then that should do it. Well, no, because we are... No, that should do it. Yeah, we got all three of our comparators here, so... Where are all my poppies? Where the fuck did all the poppies go? Because I never... Fuck, I never patched up the item filter. Shoot. They've just been sending them straight into this fucking composter, haven't they? Nope, they're just gone. Alright. Well, we will go into our base and go get some poppies. We also need to go get a lava bucket to kill that guy so we can jumpstart this again. Alright, otherwise, I think everything else is fully set up as far as I remember. Yeah. Yep. Alright. We're fully done on everything else. So, we just need to do some cleanup here. Oh, did I finish making the hopper lines? Let's check that first before I start putting everything away. Yeah, that looks good. That's good on both sides. And yep, that's all done. Alright. And just out of curiosity, has this thing made even a bone block yet? No, we haven't even gotten that far. But it has actually made bone meal. So it's still working on the block part. It's just got to get to the get the rest of it part that we're looking for, which is fine. All right. So what we're gonna go ahead and do now is we're just gonna go ahead and tuck away everything. I'll put that in there. That's fine. I'll keep a little bit in here. Right, we can start wrapping this up finally. Oh yeah, I never made a spot for pumpkins and melons now that I'm thinking about it. Shoot. Here's we can put it in there, I don't know. Great, let's get all of our glass all put away. And our tough. We do with the honeycomb. Oh, that's what we do with the honeycomb. Else I can go back in there. There we go. Then we put the shears back. And then that is basically everything. Cool. And now we just need a bucket of lava, which I will have to pop on over to the nether for. And which we should also grab an extra bucket anyways, because having a lava bucket is really good utility for a lot of stuff. I have to make a bay for like a happy ghast, you know. Oh, we can also dismantle this a little bit now that we have officially completed the iron farm. Basically completed it. We'll keep the patchwork that we have over there, since, you know, it's still good for moving villagers and whatnot. We need to keep going down. Yeah, we gotta be coming up on it here very soon. It's been almost 2 hours as well, might I add, so we have been at this for quite a little while. And this doesn't include actually building the structure that'll surround it. Which is a whole thing in and of itself, so... We'll go sleep up in our bed too. We haven't done that in a while, and we'll actually do that after we go ahead and fix the filtering. So that way we can get rid of that golem and make sure that those villagers can be jump started properly. Okay, got a pretty freaking massive lag spike. Wow, okay. You can stop. Alright, first things first, let's go fix up these filters. And go kill this idiot. Oh, that burned it. That's alright. Alright, this will take a little bit for him to jump start again, but we will eventually get it. And of course, we can also take some time to get rid of everything here. And now we have 2 fully completed iron farms that are producing a healthy amount of iron, and to a lesser extent bone blocks when they get around to that. Still be functioning as intended. It does worry me though that I haven't seen a golem out of here yet. Maybe we'll lock this down just for a little bit so we can make sure everybody gets some time to sleep. Same deal for the other side. We'll go ahead and lock everything down. That should be pretty easy to do. Let them sleep. Here they go. It's weird that their sight lines are still up here, but alright. Wax that. Alright, you've probably slept long enough, but I'm gonna go ahead and wax. I'm gonna go wax the other one. Just because we need to make sure that we give these guys enough time to sleep and confidently say that, like, yeah, they haven't seen a golem. Let's see here. Waxed. Yep, it's waxed. That's good. Waxed. Waxed. Yep. Everything's waxed. Alright. There we go. 2 golems. Golem. Only 1 golem. That worries me. That's very suspicious. I don't like that. We'll come back to that in a little bit, but for now, let's just go ahead and pop on down and get some glass again, as I keep having little bits of shit that I need to do. We can also go ahead and put the honeycomb away too, since we have officially waxed everything. We'll put it like here. Yeah, it should be fine. Oh, that spawned a golem. That's good. Let's wait for this one to spawn a golem as well. Yep. 2 golems. Good. No bone block yet. Almost. The level 1 as well, so... That one just spawned a golem, but let's go ahead and just stand here for a little while and just wait again. So using a copper golem in conjunction with an iron farm is actually like pretty good. You know, you can build Logical Geek Boy's farm and combine the two inputs into one copper chest, have some basic item filters off of the output chest that the copper golem affects, and then have auto crafters from there. So you can comfortably split apart your items, the golem, which is pretty nice. Now, it still means you're gonna have to build item filters, which honestly, I guess at that rate, you could have just had it go through a different way, but I kind of like having them in here like this, even though they're in jail, basically, and there's probably was a way to do this without having to get item filters involved with like extra redstone, but honestly, this works, and it works well, you know. A golem can comfortably keep up with it so it doesn't overburden the iron farm or anything like that. And it's just good. Also have to make sure to install some lightning rods at some point over here. But we're not going to worry about that for right now because we need to sleep and make sure we don't deal with any phantoms. Ow. And otherwise, we're good. So, next order of business at some point... There's an Enderman over there. Our next order of business is at some point we're going to need to cover those up. I don't know with what yet still, but I do know they need to get covered up. I guess I don't even need to, per se, but it would just be nice to at least have a roof for them or something, so... we'll figure that one out. But I don't need to worry about that for right now. Let's go ahead and finally get all this shit put away and not worry about this anymore. We've already got a nice healthy output of iron. We're almost to our first bone block, but we're not quite there yet. And now whenever I'm in my base, this should just run, you know. Which is really all I was looking for. We can go ahead and tuck the scaffolding away. Oh, we need to put the boats away too. We also need just extra wood. We don't have any backup wood. And we're going to declutter our bundle, of course. There we go. That can come back with me. There's our lighting box. Now we can go ahead and filter everything away. Should have a chest for moss, and sure enough I do. Alright, let's go ahead and get the rest of this tucked away. And we can finally put a pin in all this. This took like 4 hours to put together between maybe 6. It's been like 4 or 6 hours since we've like actually got all this started and finished, so I'm glad it's done though, but man, this took a while. And we're not even like done technically because we still need to build like an outer shell going around it. So we're never truly done. But we're at a point where it works and it looks pretty enough. So that's as far as it needs to go, as far as I'm concerned. We'll turn off our hitboxes. I guess we can leave these open. All right. We were here to drop off the mine carts. I almost completely forgot what I was doing here. These are the mine carts we used to pull these guys over originally. They can go back in. See, we still have a healthy surplus of adults, so that's good. And while we're here at the trading hall, we'll stop on by and do some trades. Should have some spare iron here. And indeed I do. So we'll go ahead and just trade all this for emeralds, and yeah. So this farm is still good for while I'm actually here at the trading hall and I'm doing stuff for extended periods of time. But I don't feel like I need to do anything here for a while, so that's good. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and buy up everything. Alright, and with that we have fixed up all of our tools. And now we just need to buy a crap ton of emeralds here. So now with our iron farm at our base, our emerald econ is flawless. The only bottleneck is we physically can only trade so many emeralds in a day with toolsmiths, because that's just how it is. But that's not too bad of an issue, honestly. I use glowstone for decoration, so I'm trying to buy a good chunk of it. And you don't have anything worth buying, you're just here. Alright, so we've only got one journeyman here. Oh, glass as well, something we should buy more of. Yeah, you're gonna be waiting a while, ain't you? Alright, well, that's fine, not my problem. We'll get you leveled up another time. Sun's starting to set here. And yeah, we'll go ahead and just head on back home. Didn't take too long. Technically, I really should build like a roundabout or something at some point, because if we decide that we want to move stuff in between these portals, we don't actually have a way to do it. And I mean, hey, I guess I'm already here, right? So how would we even go about this, I guess, would be my main question. Alright, let's see here. So then we do 4. There we go, we'll do a little something like that. We should get us a nice little roundabout. Oh, shoot. That's not as round as I guess I had expected. Whoops. Oh, fuck. Well, it's not even enough on that block, I guess. Alright, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Perfect. There we go. That's better. Alright. Do something like that. And yeah, we'll have to slip in some fence gates and whatnot, but this should get us a roundabout that we can actually drive on. So then if we were taking anything with us anywhere, we could go ahead and drive it around, and we pretty much would be fine. Do a little something like that. And there we go. Perfect. Alright, cool. So we ran everything out to the villager trading hall, so that should be good. And we picked up some extra goodies while we were there. We got some extra food, glowstone, and glass. Because we constantly need more glass, like all the time. And glowstone is just a nice thing to have too to boot. Go. Alright. Hey, we got our first spawn block, so that does work. Perfect. And we've got another 4 blocks of iron. I'm gonna assume that these guys have still been pumping out villagers nice and comfortably. Pumping out villagers, pumping out, oh, I never waxed that apparently. Ah, that's fine. These guys should still be pumping out golems, and yeah, it looks like it, so that should be good. This is still well lit up here, so we don't have to worry about anything giving us any unwelcome surprises. And then you can see from up here where things are spawning at. And it's basically beyond the tips of the mountain range all throughout that plain and the other tip of the mountain range. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead. I left my shulker box. Oh, I left my shulker box with all my shit in it somewhere else. Oh, whoops. That's no good. Alright, well, that had my fireworks in it, so I do kind of need to go back for that. Alright, well, at least we know where it is, I guess, but damn. Oh, hey, we got a wandering trader up here, I guess. Alright, what do you bastards want? You're not very cool, you know that? Oh, you're running because you know I'm gonna get you. Yep, tough luck. The leads though, nerd. Alright, let's go ahead and head back. We'll go ahead and get this shulker box back, and then we'll probably call it there for now. It's about noon here, so... Uh-oh. It is not here. That is really not cool. It's not in any of these chests. Can't be inside of a shulker box. We have not placed it down. It's gotta still be up by my iron farm or something. Because I wouldn't have put it up in there. I don't even think I touched these chests at all either. So it won't be in here. That's no good. Not up here. Oh, I might have put it in the chest with the packed ice and everything, and it's actually just sitting out in the open here. Don't know how I had missed that. Oh, we want that back either way, so that's all good. And otherwise, I think we're good for now. Next time, we're going to do some base maintenance and actually go chop down some trees and get some other things done. And then I think we're finally in a spot where we can take out all of that glass up there in the roof and replace it with the matching blocks, and then we will redo the grid pattern that we have to properly align with everything else we got going on. But otherwise, we have a fully functional iron farm. It blends in fairly well with what we got going on here. Let's go ahead and get out our spyglass and our firework rockets and just go take a peek at this. So we'll head on over here real quick. Hey, that looks pretty cool. And just kind of looking at it, ooh, maybe we could redo the top part a little bit here, but I could totally see that being like the cross guards of like a sword or something, and then the actual blade of it. So why don't we come up with a way to have that? We'll probably use like a sharper color that'll contrast. Maybe we'll use blue or something. Although that means I'd have to use wool or lapis, which We could do, or concrete. I mean, I guess I have enough gravel and I could always go get more sand. So we'll probably make a bunch of blue concrete and then or maybe I should just be okay, now I know what to do. We're gonna flip it around the other way so that I'll have like a curved cross guard that follows that shape, and then we'll probably change that out to be like gold or something and have like a different color. Because that'll be like the pommel of the sword, and then you've got your cross guard, and then it's implied that it's like in the stone, which it ain't, but that's what it'll look like from the outside. That'll be good. Yeah. But you can see how nice that shape is. We just need to basically make a casing around that shape and then spawn proof the tops of it so that way none of the golems will be able to spawn on there. And then we should be good. Oh, maybe not because of how it fans out when you get up close. So if we were to do a proper cross guard, it would look really awkward. So I still do like the idea of having something blue in here because I think it'd be a nice contrast. So we'll figure out how to design that, but that is something we will work on at some point. But for now, that is gonna do it. Let's go ahead and pop on up to our bed up at the tippy top here. And be happy that we finally have this all done. That was a half-hearted damage, huh? Yeah, it's mainly just we're gonna build out the shape of the top flat layer with glass, and then we will build a structure around that, and then we'll kind of just go from there. It'll be like a curved, like teardrop kind of structure, I guess, but we'll figure that out another time. It's currently day 375, and we got a lot done. So with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see y'all again next time, which may or may not be later tonight. We'll see. But yeah, bye-bye.